Hey guys, what's up? Welcome. It's Rachel here. Today I am hosting a very exciting AMA with Student Coin, and I will be joined by Andrew. He's the chairman of the advisory board at Student Coin. Hey Andrew, how's it going?
Hello, Rachel. Thank you very much. I'm really excited to be here. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for joining us. We're excited to have you. I just want to remind the audience to please drop your questions in the chat as we go along. It's going to be a great conversation. I'm sure you guys are going to have a ton of questions for Andrew. Before we get started, Andrew, with the real in-depth questions, could you just tell us a little bit about yourself and what Student Coin is?
Okay, so I have this luck to be a chairman of the advisory board at Student Coin, and maybe it's one of the reasons why I was asked to be to build the advisory board is because I'm supporting new entrepreneurs, and I'm helping them building ventures. I'm a founder of Warsaw Technical Accelerator, where we have we had few batches of very interesting projects. And yeah, I like to support young entrepreneurs. That's why I'm also here. So when Wojciech, the CEO, came here and asked me for help, so I found a few very interesting experts, specialists like Karolina, Wojtek, and Marcin, who covered the technical area, the process area, and the founding area because of their experience. And yeah, we are working also with other experts, and maybe in the future we also will invite other people to our advisory board, which will be helpful for this project. Of course, Student Coin. Personally, I'm also still a little bit of a lecturer at the Kozminski University, and which I'm enjoying, of course, to work with young people and having some discussions with them. And yeah, I think that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, and Andrew, what is Student Coin exactly for those who aren't familiar with the project?
Student Coin is a project which aims to build, I would say, an environment for various types of tokens. So I don't want to say that we are like Roblox for gaming, but yes, in the long run, I would like to see us as a metaverse for token issuers and token holders. Different types of tokens, of course, we will hopefully talk about this later, but you can see them as a personal tokens or venture tokens or whatever other type NFTs, of course, as well. And when you look at the roadmap, you will see that we are thinking about future, about, of course, building an exchange. And very important thing, or the main thing, would be the part where you can issue your own token very easily with few thumbs. You will have within few seconds that type of the token you would like to have with all the utilities and use cases you can imagine. So short, if I would like to define it very shortly, it would be like an environment ecosystem for every idea of the token one can imagine.
Got it. And so is it specifically geared towards students to create their own token? Just do you have to be a student to create their own token with Student Coin?
Not anymore. At the beginning, we were thinking this was the aim of the project, that we will like to invite students, because this is like a really cool generation of people and cool let's say group of people which are educated, and that we can assume that people understand what blockchain is. And we wanted to make like the platform for their potential, for their loyalty, and to work with them. However, it came really fast that we can go much wider. So the name stayed as a student coin, but more often we call it STC. And of course, you don't have to be a student right now to issue a token or to be a token holder or user in our project. So that was the beginning, the roots. we started with students, and then it went much wider quite easily.
Got it. Yeah. Wonderful. So we're already getting a ton of questions. So I'm just going to take one question from the audience right now. BCDCDAZ is asking, what are you doing to push awareness of student coin in universities around the world? Also, roughly how many coins will be listed upon the launch of the exchange?
So the first thing is that we were thinking about at the beginning that we will address all the universities, all possible universities which should be interested in having tokenization and tokens on their own. And quite quickly it came out, because I have an academic background and I had this possibility to talk with some universities as well, that it will be quite, let's say, difficult to convince decisions maker from the very beginning, let's tokenize your university or something like that. So we went in other direction. We have strong connections with universities, but we are trying to be as popular as possible between students, so the main group from the very beginning, and create something like standard for them. And when they will have many use cases with our platform, with our ecosystem, they will be able to go then to their universities and say, listen, hello, this is something like STC, student coin, or STC, and here are some tokens. We can use it for this purpose, for this purpose, or for this purpose. Can we have this at our university as well? And we are trying to go like from bottom up with this philosophy than other way around, which was our assumption. So this was one of the first things we had to, let's say, evaluate and make a short, let's say, little change in our philosophy. However, we're still very strong with discussions with some decisions maker and scientists as well, just to build awareness of this project and of the whole philosophy we are building. Because one of the purposes of Student Coin will be to raise funds for example given scientific projects. And so this part of academia is very important for us. That's why we are also focusing on this. And the second question was about exchanges.
Yes. How many coins will be listed upon the launch of the exchange? And you can even talk about the exchange as well, because we didn't mention that yet.
How many points?
They're asking roughly how many coins will be listed upon the launch of the exchange.
I mean, if I understand correctly, they're asking about how many different tokens will be listed there. And we promised, and we are thinking, frankly, the beginning is very important for us. So we will, it's very important for us to find and to choose the right projects which will be really interesting for people. That's why we also like really important part of the process is to find the right partners at the very beginning, just to check everything and to promote the whole idea. I don't want to promise any number right now. I hope that there will be various projects, not only business projects, which are like very happy to join our platform, but also maybe some scientific projects. And I also hope for some personal tokens as well to be listed on our exchange when we will start. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to, as I told you, make any promises here, but I would expect the next 3 to 4 weeks, very important and profound information coming from our official channel, from our CEO, about the exchange itself and the way we are thinking about first listings of tokens, new tokens, and coins. However, mm-hmm. As I told you, we are really looking deep into this. What kind of project should be chosen for the very beginning because we would like to have the really good environment for everyone here. And like we would love our community to be in love with those projects as we are.
Right. Well, you bring up a good point that we should discuss right now. Just the fact that, you know, what projects are really great for these for STC, and what use cases with blockchain are appropriate for this project. What projects are you looking for?
That's wide question and wide subject, but I would like to say we have, of course, very often this discussion, and generally we are open for everyone. That's the idea behind. We don't want to make any censorship. We just want the projects to be credible, to be in integrity with our values, and but we are open for any use case people can think of. During our operations, so we are already over 1 year officially here, so we had collected some ideas, but now me and my colleagues from advisory board are really encouraging our colleagues from the team, from Student Coin team, to open a channel for all possible suggestions and ideas people can have about tokenization. I would like, and my dream is to, because I'm working with scientists sometimes, I'm working with entrepreneurs, and I'm working also with inventors, with very creative people. I can imagine that some of the tokens, some of the projects will be directly connected to a business. Like now you have this SMT token, which is launched on our platform. Very interesting team behind this, really smart people, huge marketing competences. And it's absolutely clear that their token will be like valuable in the future. The other tokens we are preparing for our stake, the people who are staking student coin, as you might probably know, is the Orion Money, also a partner, and the other is Lean token. In the future, and those are like the business tokens, yeah? Entrepreneurial tokens. I would love to see very quickly, and we are working on this, projects which are connected with students, with their personal needs. For example, some kind of scholarship tokens, personal tokens. So I can imagine a person who is really knowledgeable, very talented, and doesn't want the official loan for the studies. And we would love to help this person, like with the whole community, to make a scholarship for the first year, for example. And there can be also other values behind this. And I can imagine, and this is one of my favorites as well, is the token connected to a scientific project, to a research project, where there's to develop something really interesting, like a new technology or new medicine or new process, whatever. Or the woolen mammoth, which is right on the top right now, and they need to collect money. We can help them with the tokens as well. New ventures, or so-called startups, I don't like this name very much, but new ventures, of course, when there will be like a credible team behind this and it will be interesting for them. I hope that everyone will feel that they are invited, maybe artists even in the future. We will have also NFTs, but I don't want to make too many objects here right now. But I hope that at least those three types, so venture, personal, and scientific tokens, they will be at the very beginning after the launch of our exchange.
Got it. Wonderful. Okay, so an audience member is asking, what is the difference between STC and STC coin? I'm confused. So is there a difference there?
No, there is only one token. So STC,
okay.
We are calling the whole organization, and there is STC token coin, which is the only token which will be like the basis for other tokens. So if you imagine the exchange, there will be like Rachel token and Andrew's token, and we will be like listed on the STC exchange. So it will be Rachel/STC or Andrew/STC, and this will be our, let's say, price or value.
Got it. And when will the exchange be launched? Did you say next month, or did I hear that?
I told you that I won't promise this, and I cannot tell you any date, but I can encourage you to follow our Twitter and our Telegram official channel, because within 3 to 4 weeks, there will be profound information about the dates and the whole logic about the deadlines.
Got it. Wonderful. So just stay up to date with those social network channels. So I think a lot of this has to do with crowdfunding on the blockchain. So can you just discuss that a little bit, maybe talk about why that's useful, and even just kind of point out the challenges there when it comes to crowdfunding on a blockchain network?
That's a great question. Thank you, Rachel. I think one general thing which is really important for me in this project is that Student Coin is building their really nice environment for business development, for venture development. What does it mean? It means that, in fact, when you are creating a new business, it's not about having only a vision and being lucky for the first time. It's about repeating in prototyping and testing all the time. So this is how you build business. And generally, blockchain, I don't use this in a technological way, and I don't use it as a buzzword. But blockchain, the environment is for me the best way to create an environment for very easily prototyping and testing new prototypes. By prototype, I can understand and I can imagine it's like a new service, it's a new product, or it's a new process. And you test it, you take a feedback, you change a little bit the prototype, you test again and again and again. For that, you need money very often. The very nice thing about cryptocurrency world and about blockchain is that the entry barriers are not that high, because it's, of course, you have to be knowledgeable. But if you are not a developer, you can use some ready algorithms. You can use existing blockchain, and you can test this as a interesting use case, and learn on this, and look at the feedback of your community and change it. And as I told you, it can be like very nice and smooth process with many tries and low cost. But still, you need money. And in the real world, of course, it's also possible, because you see many founders, business angels, you see some venture capitalists who are investing in your company. But first of all, the process of negotiations and signing the agreement, it takes a long time. Very often, it's quite seldom that you're calling someone and telling him, "Listen, I have great idea. Give me, I don't know, several $1,000s or $100,000." And the negotiations are quite long. What's your value? What's the team? What's the idea? Do you have a business plan, etc.? And I'm not saying that you don't need this in blockchain, in cryptocurrency, but it may be much easier. First of all, because it is decentralized. Second of all, it's much easier to build much bigger community. So everyone is investing much lower amount of cryptocurrency than the venture capitalists or business angel. And the third thing, and maybe the most important thing, is that when you are in the blockchain, you will have how to say, you don't have to give away your equity, which is very often the biggest problem for founders at the very early stage, because we are talking to the investor, and then what's your value? This is this discussion, and you are afraid that you will give too much of your equity to the other person, and you are afraid that you will lose the control of your project, and especially when you are discussing this with really big names or big organizations. Here, and this is the beauty of of this idea, you are not giving your equity at all. You are just issuing a token, a coin, and someone is owning this. Someone is lending you money in everything because he or she believes in your project. It's more like a convertible note. I don't know. I hope that the community, the people who are listening to this, are familiar with convertible note. But this is something that you are lending someone money, and then you are converting this for equity. Here, you don't have to convert, and you will not convert this for equity. So it's really like lending money because you believe in someone. That's why the credibility and the integrity in crypto world is so important, because of all of the scams and projects which are I don't know, pump and dump and rug pulls and everything. It's really important to build on your values and with the whole credibility which is possible. Very important thing, you are not giving away the equity, you are not giving away a part of your company, you are just finding funds for testing your idea. And you may ask, you may look at this from the other perspective, from the investor's perspective, that he's not secured in any way, because in many examples, in many cases, you do not know each other. You are anonymous. You don't know your name, but still, because mainly you are investing, or many people are investing a little bit of money, the risk for investors is much lower. And on the other hand, when you invest in the credible project, in a valuable, the value will rise with the time, and then you will profit from this as well. So the crowdfunding in blockchain, I would say, has some advantages. Of course, there are also many question marks, and the regulators are sometimes looking at this and saying, okay, how can you, where is the difference between the security token and the utility token and the governance token? So we have different types. Is it NFT? But still, it is really interesting area to go deeper into this, and I would really advise new founders, if they can in any way digitalize their activity, because it doesn't have to be only something connected to IT. It can be real life projects, so from the real world projects. If you can tokenize, if you can digitalize some assets, it would be perfect to start with this word, with blockchain, because of the lower entry costs.
Right.
Lower barriers.
Definitely. I'm wondering though, who are your, I mean, I know you're targeting the academic world, and I'm going to get to that question again soon, but are these users based in the US? Are they based around the world? I know regulations obviously are a huge element we have to consider here. So can anyone in the world create their own student coin, or how is that working?
No, student coin is already created, and that's us. But when we are talking about utility tokens, of course, everyone can do this, because our governance token. The only thing is, if someone would love to create a security token, then we have regulation. Then they have regulations, but and this varies from country to country, and this is huge legal work to be done by both sides. And of course, we will also help to answer, is it possible to do such and such token? This will be a part of our service. So is it possible to do such and such token in this and this jurisdiction? But utility token, that I'm creating, I don't know, a game, or I'm willing to collect some money because I would like to to work with, I don't know, some ecological projects, or when it's not connected to revenue sharing or something like this, everyone can do it.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, I'm going to take a question from the audience. We're getting a lot of questions coming in, so thank you guys. Interesting Planet is asking, when is the big marketing push going to happen? A few other people have asked that question as well.
I understand this question very well. I don't know what big marketing means. However, I can imagine that people are asking when, everyone will in the world will understand and know what student coin is, and when they will open the refrigerator, the student coin will pop up, and here we are. I would say this is something which I understand this question, of course, but I think that our users and token holders, most of them understand that first you have to create a project, a value, and first then it makes sense to market it in much wider way. I don't have a feeling that this project is not marketed yet, because I see student coin everywhere. But if someone sees this as a, is waiting for bigger marketing, and by this I understand, I see also the question when Binance and all those questions coming to to your heads, and you are asking them. I understand that behind such a question is, when you will have so many new investors, they will, buy the token, the price will go higher, and I will be able to sell with a profit. And of course, I understand on one side, but on the other side, I hope that we have convinced many of the users that it's much better to look a little bit longer for value creation and to build on holding student coin or any other token, because that's always good for any good project in crypto world, and build a passive income out of this in the future. So my dream is to create value connected to student coin, so people will not willing to sell it for the high price, but to buy more and to get some, I don't know, profit bonuses, staking, which is a very important part for us of holding this token, and they will have passive income for years. People who want to pump the price, sell it, I understand there exists, of course, because it's one of the strategies. But I would like to say that I see student coin more as a project and long term and creating passive income and value than quick marketing, price pumping, and selling. It's I would say it won't gonna happen this way. Of course, marketing is very important to us, but it's more like long term and value building and credibility building than just student coin.
Yeah,
Okay.
of course. Yeah. And I agree. You're making very good points, obviously. I'm just wondering also, because you're kind of catering towards the academic world, how have they reacted to this project? I mean, I know that blockchain and cryptocurrency can be new to a lot of these, to businesses and academia and all of that. So what has their reaction been? Has it been accepting? Has it been challenging to get them to understand the concept?
That's a really interesting area. I mean, blockchain academia. But on one hand, you understand, of course, that academia, universities, they are developing new technologies. They are, making experiments. So they are open for new science and for news and for new things. On the other hand, as a university, technical or business university, they are really, big, a little bit old-fashioned structure and organization. So as being this big organization, you cannot use any kind of technology which is not developed, in their opinion, or it's too new, because you don't want to risk anything in your processes. So the adaptation of the technology within the university will take much longer, I think. However, we have already some discussions with universities all over the world. They are interested in having part of the blockchain in their database, with the exams, etc. So we have those discussions. However, generally, I would say that academia as organization will still wait for the full adoption of blockchain. On the other hand, there are many scientists and researchers who are telling, okay, listen, blockchain is really interesting stuff. So on every conference or in many papers, you will find very interesting information about blockchain, about cryptography, about cryptocurrency, because that's huge. That's a huge trend. And so you see the interest of the academia they are looking into the blockchain technology and philosophy and all the trends from the research point of view. But when you think about utilization of this technology, I am thinking it will take a little bit longer. So generally, many of my colleagues are interested, and I think that even they are investing and they are in various projects. They are developing the various projects. But as an organization, when you think about the professors who have to make a decision, yes, we want to have this technology in our organization, it will take time, a little bit longer. So.
Right, definitely. I mean, I'm excited because, and I just wrote an article about this, universities are starting to teach blockchain courses, specifically like DeFi courses, which is pretty cool. I know at the University of Berkeley, they're now teaching a DeFi course that's online that anyone can take. So I agree with you. I think for them to actually utilize the technology will take longer, but we are seeing an interest in courses, at least for students at universities, which I'm curious, would Student Coin start offering anything like that in terms of content for students around just educating them on cryptocurrency and blockchain?
Yes, that's big thing, because generally education about cryptocurrency, I would say, if someone starts to learn about cryptocurrency at the university, it's a little bit too late, because I would dream that the kids in grad school have their first experience with blockchain cryptocurrency. Why? Because they are exposed for all the scams and bad people with I don't know, they play to earn games where you have blockchain. They want to collect or create NFTs, and it's also the area of some scams. So you need to start education on the very early, in a ground school, in a high school. There are many knowledgeable people who are really who are great developers, and they have huge competences. And yes, people need to have this education at this level. At the university, we may talk more about business cases, and my dream would be that Student Coin, and I know it will be like this, will create this environment I told you about earlier, this ecosystem where I will be able, with my students, MBA students or postgraduate students, when we will be, or even diploma students, when we will be able to create really quickly tokens connected with their business hypothesis. Because as I told you, my belief, and when I'm teaching business, because I'm teaching like innovation and strategy, my dream would be to make this sandbox where you can really easily test the business ideas. And Student Coin could be one of such standards in the future to teach business. In terms of security, in terms of technology, there are technical universities and still area for many teachers, lecturers, even individuals who are not connected to academia to conduct courses. And I would like to stress that there are such places already. Yes, the Student Coin being one of them, where we have this educational panel, and we started from this, telling people, listen, there are so much insecurity with new investors, new users. There are so many different ways of building cryptocurrency. Here is our educational panel. Please visit it, go through it, and you will be at least secured. You will not do things which are dangerous for your money, for your computer, for your project. Coinbase is doing same thing. They have also Coinbase Academia. Binance has also Binance Academia. But if you, Rachel, you are also experienced person in terms of cryptocurrency. You see that still so many people are, joining some projects. They are not doing their own research. They are not reading the white paper. And then they are kind of surprised that the money is somewhere and they don't have any chance to get it. And this is the first very simple thing. People are still, giving their seed phases in the Telegram channel, in the private chat, because someone asked them to do this. So those are the steps which are very simple. And it's the way to overcome this kind of scams is also very simple. And people are still not, willing, or they even don't know that they have to learn about it, and then they have to find a way to overcome this. So one of the main areas of interest of Student Coin is to educate people and to do it really from the basis to the very advanced level. And I hope that this educational panel will be something which will really be appreciated by our users in the future. We're still working on this. It's already ready, and there's a really interesting amount of knowledge already, but I hope that in the future it will be still developed, and people will come to us with new ideas how to develop this educational panel, which maybe in the future somewhere it will be like a standard for everyone. Our dream would be, that there's any exchange which will say, listen, before you invest on our platform, here's the link, learn, go through the questions. There will be some tests. You will have like an airdrop afterwards, and then you can come and invest with us.
Yeah.
Which thing would be?
Right. I mean, I think that it's such a great idea, and that every project should have great content and educational content behind it, because you make such good points. People just don't know enough about it sometimes, and they don't do the research. So really good points there. I'm going to take a question from the audience. Like I said, there's a ton coming in, so thanks, guys.
Cool.
Fat Goldie is asking, according to the roadmap in 2022, what is the STC parachain? So I don't know if you can discuss the STC parachain, but maybe that's already on the roadmap.
Yeah, it is. And this is a very technical question. And I would like to ask you to ask this question on our Telegram channel, or the Telegram official channel would be the best, because my colleagues from dev team, which is growing happily, and this was one of the best experiences as well in the Student Coin. They will answer you this question very, very specifically about the parachain. For now, we are not using any own blockchain, because it's not at this stage. It's not about technology. It's more about the ecosystem and use cases. But in the future, we were discussing if we should develop something on our own or use any other parachain. But that would be the best to ask this question in our communication channel, and they will ask you. They will answer you it very precisely.
Right. Okay.
Rachel, I've seen one question which I like
Sure.
very much. Can I?
Of course. Of
question
course.
about chilies, which I have to say, I of course, no product placement, and I don't want to talk about any other project, but chilies is really a cool project. It was question about they are doing tokens for sport teams, and yeah, I would say this is really good metaphor for Student Coin. Thank you for this question. It may be in the future that each university or each department even or sport team from the university has a token connected to Student Coin. That would be cool, of course, that we had this idea in the mind. So thank you for this question. It was really nice to answer this.
Yeah, and that was from Joseph. So thank you, Joseph. A question from Rohit. because we were just talking about this, but they're asking, will STC team make some tutorial video on how to create cryptocurrency on the STC platform? Is that something that we may be seeing in the future?
Of course. We would like to, I can already promise you that the terminal, the STC terminal, will be one of the kind. So you will be like really surprised how you can easily create your own token. But of course, we are always willing to have the best user experience of our users, of our holders, so hodlers. So I can assure you, Rohit, that you will see very nice videos and you know, you will understand the way how to create a token very clearly afterwards. So that's my promise.
Great. Andrew, I know you also wanted to discuss a little bit about the current market situation. Do you want to comment on that, like what you think will happen moving forward, or do you have any predictions that you want to mention? That's always interesting. I'm sure our audience would love to hear that.
I love to hear all the predictions because, you know, I love to talk to, I love to listen to, you know, future tellers. Unfortunately, I'm not one of them. My bird is too short. So I think that one day it will fall, another day it will rise. No, I will not give any price prediction. I know that people are concerned that sometimes the price is falling. It's because more people are selling than buying. Sometimes they are very happy that price is rising. It's because more people are buying than selling. There are institutions behind this. There are some levels where there's big whale waiting for the nice price to buy this, but no predictions at all. It will be. One thing I can bet on is that within a few years we will have all-time low, and within a few years we will have all-time high, and that's all I can predict. And sorry for disappointing all the viewers and listeners, but I'm not the future.
Yeah, no worries. There are so many predictions out there. You know, it's like people can go online and read about that.
And I envy those people that they know the future. Really, I'm not one of them yet.
Yeah, and I'm not either.
I don't know, maybe in the future, but still not.
Right. Well, Andrew, can you?
Expertise.
Yeah, no worries. Can you comment on the future of student coin, like what we can expect to see besides what we've already discussed down the line, like what's in the pipeline, what's on the roadmap, just kind of hint to the audience about what we can expect next?
I can share my dreams, so because what's on the roadmap, it will be done. Hopefully always meeting its deadline, but you know, that's the life project. Huge challenges behind it and in front of us, because, you know, starting with a few colleagues who had a dream and they wanted to make a small project, suddenly they created a team of over 20 people full-time and many part-time, and they are doing it worldwide with so many users and holders. So something great happened, really, and thanks to you, of course, because you've trusted us, you've trusted the CEO, you've trusted the team, and they are doing a wonderful job. I can assure you that you know, everyone is like, doesn't matter if it's on the front page, it's like making operations or developing the technology. They are doing the great job. And before I answer the question, I would like to share one thing more, that it was great experience. It was great experience because at the beginning we were thinking, okay, we will find somewhere outside the company. We will, you know, let that do part of the project. But then it came very quickly to us that it's better to do it by our own, but not by me, but by the team. So the old problems we have heard that it's impossible to do, the team was solving like within 1 or 2 days. And if I can share one thing with you, it was one of the most interesting negotiations we had with a marketing agency, which was, not ours, but they were like famous and they wanted to, they said they would help us. And when we asked them for the feedback, they said that the webpage there's too much blue color. We have to change this. And we said, okay, thank you for the feedback, but then we created our own marketing department, which was run by the really talented, is run by a really talented person. And these competences were developed so fast that now this smart marketing token is launched. So I'm really excited when I see how the team is developing and they are solving the problems. But thinking about the future, I can share you my dreams. But only generally, because it's still work in progress, because that will be next step, and like 2 next or 3 next steps. It's about creating a procedure, creating an environment where we will be able to help people in developing their ideas. In general, I told you about it already, but I'm really focused on science, me personally, because I know that there are very many talented people, scientists and inventors who are frustrated because of the environment they are working, and we are hoping to help them. Understanding that they are very knowledgeable, but maybe not always business oriented, and we would like to help them with this. And that would be my dream, to show you some projects which are listen. I think they are quality, really ready. They are quality. The quality is really high. The people staying behind them are really top of the top. And if you want to support them, please do. This is one thing. The other thing is, I would see that we have great community. Of course, I know that that our moderators in the chat, in the channels, are doing great job and answering all the time the same questions, but they're really polite, and they're very very wise people, young wise people. But even though there's still a group of when Lambo and Binance and went to the moon, which I admire, because I understand those feelings and this kind of emotions. I really and I'm really thankful to the community for the patience and that they're believing in this project in the long term. And I would love to see their involvement in developing the project, not by asking, when Binance went Lambo and to the moon. It is helpful, but not in building the fundamentals of the business, but in bringing use cases when they will say, listen, at my university, we have this and this problem, and would like to solve it this and this way. In my department or in my work, we have this problem, we would like to do this and this. Or we have this talented person, we would like to help them. Or we have this woolen mammoth. We had in Poland this, European bison, which was exterminated, and then we resurrect it. So I understand such projects as well, that, there is something good to be done for the people, for the environment, for the water. I cannot imagine, the borders, everything goes. So the people will come and say, listen, this is something valuable we would like to work with. Student coin is the best way to solve the problem. We would like to issue a token, and we are really open to collect all these ideas and to discuss them. The only limitation is that, there are like 250,000 users of student coin, and the team is still growing fast, but that may be the only bottleneck for fast answering. But we would love to involve our community and to listen to our community with new projects and new developments.
Right, wonderful. Yeah, I like the woolly mammoth idea. That's having some research behind that. That sounds interesting.
Yeah, someone said, yeah, cool, but they are so, unlucky creatures because it was like so cold when they were like several thousand years ago, and they were like extinct, and now they are coming back and they're so hot on the earth. So the most unlucky species.
Yeah, I actually had no idea woolly mammoths were making a comeback, but good to know. I just want to, we're running out of time. So I just want to thank you, Andrew. First of all, it's been a real pleasure speaking with you. I also want to thank our audience. You guys have been so active today, which is so wonderful to see the enthusiasm for the project. I just want to remind everyone to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We do great AMAs like this all the time. So be sure not to miss that. And then Andrew, just before we end the chat, how can our audience members get in touch with you or the team if they want to learn more about Student Coin?
We have perfect way to contact us. It's the official Telegram channel. You will find all the possible channels on our webpage, studentcoin.org. And with me personally, I'm using LinkedIn, so feel free with all the ideas you have. And please do not ask me about the price range for the next 2 weeks or 3 months, because I have absolutely no idea. It was great to talk to you, and Rachel, it was lovely discussion. Thank you for all the questions and the possibility that we can laugh a little bit as well.
Yeah, wonderful. Well, it's been a pleasure, Andrew, and thanks to the audience for joining us, and we'll see you guys next time.
All the best to San Francisco then.
Yes. Bye. Thank you.
Bye.